More than 333 kilograms of suspected cocaine were seized in two linked intercepts at OR Tambo International Airport, involving a flight arriving from Sao Paulo, Brazil. The consignment have an estimated street value of more than 167 million rand, with some reports placing the value at between 170 million rand and 220 million rand. SARS Customs and Exercise led the target operation with SAPS and other law enforcement authorities, focusing on baggage offloading, passenger arrivals, screening, and cargo inspections. In the terminal arrivals hall, officials intercepted two pieces of luggage containing about 83.10 kilograms of suspected cocaine, packed into 75 bricks. Some reports have rounded the weight to approximately 84 kilograms. Separately, SARS narcotics detector Doc Lagetha alerted officials to 4 boxes of unmanifested cargo in the cargo section from the same flight. The boxes contained approximately 250 kilograms of suspected cocaine, packed into about 220 blocks. In some reports, the two consignments carried similar air branding, suggesting a possible connection between the interceptions. The suspected cocaine was handed over to SAPS for forensic processing and further investigation. No arrests have been reported, while authorities have not released full details about the consignment or confirmed whether the interceptions are linked to a broader trafficking network. The investigations remain underway to identify those responsible for the importation and distribution of the drugs. When I was reading this story, it reminded me of what Major General Finn from DPCI said when he was testifying in the Madlanga Commission concerning the drugs coming from abroad to South Africa. Please listen here.
Cocaine and heroin are smuggled into the country primarily for the local market, but is also repackaged and for onward trafficking to another country. In other words, the criminal grouping or syndicate in South Africa would assist in repackaging the drugs to make it easier for onward smuggling to another country, usually to Europe. Port authorities are particularly vigilant when vessels arrive from Port of Santos because of the prevalence of drug trafficking from that port. Successful entry into Europe is more likely if the consignment is rerouted to less suspicious countries before onward movement to Europe.
So in this instance, would South Africa be the less suspicious country, or does it go somewhere else from South Africa before it enters Europe?
Well, it depends on the route of the vessel, commissioners. That will dictate whether there will be stops in between as well.
Thank you. Paragraph 27.
The main trafficking hubs in South Africa are the Durban Harbour, OR Tambo International Airport, and the Lebombo Port of Entry. Bulk imports are mainly through the Durban Harbour. The smuggling via OR Tambo International Airport is primarily by way of people referred to as drug mules who would smuggle the drugs in their luggage or on their person, such as in body cavities. Bulk trafficking through shipping containers is usually undertaken by sophisticated syndicates. Commissioners, I can also just mention here that except for this harbour, the Western Cape Town Harbour, Saldanha Harbour, as well as smaller harbours towards Port Elizabeth and so forth, are all being used to a lesser extent, although for these smuggling and trafficking activities.
Thank you, General. Then can we move on to the next subtopic, which is the synthetic illicit drugs?
Thank you, Commissioners. Synthetic drugs are manufactured through chemical processes rather than derived from natural plant sources. In many instances, since they are not classified as controlled substances in South Africa, the chemicals used to manufacture the drug are sourced through lawful supply chains, but are then diverted or misused for unlawful purposes. Controlled substances are also imported illegally or smuggled into South Africa. The most prevalent synthetic drugs in the country are methamphetamine, known as crystal meth or TIC, methaqualone, known as Mandrax. Synthetic drugs are manufactured at what is referred to as clandestine drug laboratories or CDLs. There are super labs and kitchen labs. Kitchen labs are found in businesses and residential areas, and the equipment used to manufacture the drugs are the readily available equipment such as stoves and other kitchen equipment or appliances.
Sorry, General, before you continue, can I just take you back to paragraph 28 and ask you about the controlled substances that are imported illegally?
Yeah, Commissioners, when it comes to methamphetamine, the controlled substance used there is ephedrine. You get plant-based ephedrine from the ephedra tree in Afghanistan, and then you get the chemicals. Obviously, that's man-made or laboratory-made, and that is then ephedrine as a liquid in a liquid form. And then the active ingredient of methaqualone, of Mandrax, is methaqualone.
And so why is this ephedrine imported or smuggled into South Africa?
It is because it's a controlled substance within South Africa, Commissioner, so you cannot go to any chemical shop and just procure it over the counter. If you need it, obviously there need to be a legitimate reason for that. So, for instance, you are in the medicine manufacturing space, and then obviously you will be able to procure such controlled substances. So it means that the only way to get it into the country is by means of either misrepresentations on the import documents or smuggling activities into South Africa.
Thank you, General. You were busy with the super labs.
Super labs are large-scale drug manufacturing operations using specialized equipment and producing drugs in significant quantities. They have extensive infrastructure with specially designed equipment, extraction fans, and reactor vessels. The special equipment is available in the country but is predominantly imported. Super labs are usually found in remote areas, on farms and small holdings. These locations reduce the likelihood that activities such as unusual odors associated with manufacturing of large volumes of drugs, noise or waste disposal will be observed. Once the drugs have been manufactured, they are distributed or disseminated into the market via complex networks. A manufacturer who has a super lab and thereafter distributes the drugs within their own network is referred to as an apex role player or syndicate leader. In July 2024, the DPCI detected and successfully dismantled a super lab on a farm in Groblersdal, Limpopo province, where methamphetamine was being produced. Methamphetamine to the value of approximately 2 billion rand was seized and 5 suspects were arrested.
Before you continue, General, if I could just then put up the photographs to demonstrate the Groblersdal super lab, and you can just tell us what we're seeing. Photo 1.
Thank you, Commissioners. On that photo is depicted the grand scale activities that was taking place on that farm in Groblersdal. What you observe there obviously is the extraction fans. That's the silver equipment that you observe there. Underneath that will be the reaction vessels. So that is where all these chemicals are poured into. It's mixed according to a specific recipe. And then it is placed obviously on top of a burner, a gas burner, and that is why you would see that there's a number of acetylene cylinders on that photo visible. I can see at least 2. And because obviously the reaction vessels need to be heated up over a period of time for the ingredients to come to the final product, which is then methamphetamine or crystal meth.